Tonight on Alaska's news source, a wanted man is arrested on kidnapping and assault charges. Alaska State Troopers say the charges stem from an alleged hours-long kidnapping and torture situation that happened weeks ago. Plus, a Fairbanks woman is dead after troopers say another woman is accused of shooting her, what we know so far. And concerns a Washington pipeline leak could impact airports in the Pacific Northwest. Alaska Airlines responds.
And conditions begin to calm in most areas across the state with winter weather heading into southeast.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
44-year-old Jonathan Critchfield has been arrested. That's according to Alaska State Troopers. Troopers say he was wanted on kidnapping and assault charges stemming from an alleged hours-long kidnapping and torture situation in October in a North Pole home. Alaska's news source has reached out to the Alaska State Troopers to ask where Critchfield was found. We did not receive an answer immediately. As a result of the investigation, 4 other people were arrested. We have more details on what Critchfield is accused of and what the other 4 people were charged with on our website. Alaska State Troopers were also involved in 2 homicide investigations in the Fairbanks area yesterday. Troopers say 34-year-old Ashley Spann is dead after a shooting Saturday morning on Vassar Circle near Amherst Drive and Chena Pump Road. Around 2 a.m. yesterday, troopers were alerted to a disturbance and a gunshot in a home. Troopers say the preliminary investigation showed 27-year-old Brooklyn Whitman is accused of getting into an argument with Spann and shooting her before leaving the area. AST says Whitman was later arrested on first-degree murder charges as well as misconduct involving weapons. And troopers are looking for information after a man was found dead in the driver's seat of a vehicle yesterday morning around 1 a.m. The man was identified as 37-year-old Michael Boyd. He was found near a gas station on Farmers Loop. Troopers say they believe this to be a homicide. Anyone with information or dash cam video is asked to call troopers. We have that number on our website. And Alaska Airlines says it does not expect any disruption in operation through this holiday week as a result of a leak in a pipeline in Washington, causing concern it could impact jet fuel supplies at Seattle and Portland airports, which many Alaskans travel through this time of year. The Alaska Airlines says it's working to mitigate a potential impact. It says it has implemented contingency plans, including tankering fuel on inbound flights to Seattle and tech stops on certain routes to conserve fuel. It's also expanding its trucking operation to bring in additional fuel. Officials say Portland International Airport does not expect any problems because it can bring in jet fuel on a barge. The pipeline system has been down since Monday, but there have been intermittent shutoffs since November 11th. And dense fog loomed in the Anchorage Bowl this weekend. Bailey, how's the rest of the work week looking?
Well, it's supposed to clear up heading into Monday. There's still that slight potential of some fog in the Anchorage Bowl lingering into tomorrow. However, we don't have that dense fog advisory like we did today. So just looking at this time lapse, it might look a little bit like deja vu. We saw very similar weather conditions yesterday, but then around noon, we caught just a little bit of a break from that fog before it picked up yet again. So heading into tomorrow, you can expect to see more clearing skies into the overnight hours. That's when those partly cloudy skies will still remain. And then heading into tomorrow, that high temperature reaching around 22 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Now, statewide, we're looking ahead to colder temperatures. This is something that we talked about yesterday, but you can already see those colder temperatures underway. In Fairbanks, we're already seeing those temperatures about 5 degrees cooler than what they were yesterday, and that's spanning all the way into western Alaska as well as into south central. You can even see those colder temperatures heading into southeast as well, with some rainy weather on the way for Monday. Now, just looking at south central and those temperatures as well as those sky conditions, partly cloudy skies expected across the region. We're already seeing that even into the Copper River Basin, not really expecting to see any rain moving in or any snow for the next couple of days. So catch a break from that more of a wintry mix with those sunnier skies. However, those temperatures really are cooling down into the low 20s in Anchorage and even into the Mat-Su Valley. So just keep that on your radar. But Michaela, I do have a fun fact for you today, but it's Thanksgiving themed for the week ahead. So did you know that on average, the average person during Thanksgiving will eat about 4,500 calories during Thanksgiving?
Wow, that is a lot of calories.
It is. I'm planning on being one of those people this week, but we'll see.
I also want to know, I love those little turkeys in that graphic.
Thank you. I like them too.
Thank you. A trail in Juneau is now open after a late September landslide.
You can see here where some rock was put down with these sills by trail mix. And then we're gonna look up here at the slide zone. So yeah, it goes about 400 feet up the hill.
The landslide had 2 paths, so you're just seeing part of it now. The debris went all the way into the water. Mark Wheeler, the CBJ Parks and Rec Director, says the Auk Lake Trail reopened Friday after a group called Trail Mix helped clear the area and fix the trail. Juneau has a partnership with the local nonprofit, which waited to fix the trail until the city and other specialists made sure the landslide risk had mitigated.
About 6 or 7 people who spent a day, digging out the mud and cutting the trees, that were laying across the trail and moving all that stuff with just shovels and wheelbarrows for the most part, putting in a good hard day's work to get the trail back open for everybody.
The group plans to return in the spring for improvements and to help mitigate future slides. Wheeler says the Auk Lake Trail is one of the most heavily used in the borough. The CBJ says it recommends everyone use their best judgment and use trails at their own risk.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's News Source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's News Source app.